Hi guys, Joseph here. Today we're doing another Joseph car video, and today we're doing another video on my 2002 Volvo V70, and today we're going to be replacing the steering wheel. This steering wheel, guys, has came out of a 2002 Volvo S60. It's the sporty steering wheel. In actual fact, the reason I'm replacing the steering wheel is my radio controls a bit broken, and I just thought I'd put another steering wheel in it. I'm probably going to replace the controls, but I thought I'd replace this wheel. Well, I did get the airbag with it. Obviously, be careful working with airbags. I know Volvo put the warnings of do not put it into another vehicle, but guys, as long as it's the same sort of year, it'll be fine. So no big deal with that. No biggie there. The steering wheel. If you're buying a wheel, guys, make sure you do match the years. So this is the older style with the electrical connector down over here. Yeah, if you got on a later one where the wire comes out and plugs in, what you would have to do if you're getting this type of steering wheel is get this section, swap the buttons over. If you were to use a later steering wheel on an earlier car, that applies to any like 3-spoke steering wheel. Well, actually, the 4-spoke steering wheel, don't worry, it's not actually going in the bin, guys. What I'm actually going to do with it is I'm going to build a simulator rig. And I don't know if you want to comment on it. I'm thinking about, I'll see what my plans are, but I'm going to think about completely documenting building a sim rig. So, sort of how I go about it. I'm using my old seats from a 2002 Volvo V70. The dash is from the S60. We're going to build similar to Flybrick S60. I said mine would be a V70. But anyway, this is the steering wheel we're fitting. I know it's a bit worn. I'm going to look for some dye for that later. But it's a very low mileage wheel besides that. Oh, the bottom's in good nick. I think this has just been parked in the sun. Because the buttons, they feel such a good press. And I think this, I did pull the climate control panel from that. And it's only done 105,000 miles, this steering wheel, and my V70 is getting on for 270,000 miles, so I think it's time to change the steering wheel. So anyway, let's get over to the car right now. Right guys, before you replace your steering wheel, guys, one thing you've really got to do is make sure the wheels are pointing straight and that the steering wheel inside the car is pointing in the straight ahead position, because when you remove a steering wheel and put your other steering wheel on, you don't want it crooked, so make sure it's in a straight ahead position. Now what we're going to do is you need to disconnect the battery, which in these cars is found in the trunk. So that's just in there because I've got a gearbox in here. Yeah, I'm just going to mount here. Right guys, I'm going to start off by disconnecting the battery. You lift the floor up, then you undo the little screw things here, those tabs there. You have one on the other side as well, unless yours are missing. And you lift that out. Now, here reveals the battery cover. Because this is an older V70, you've got to take the battery cover out, undo the two 13mm nuts, 13mm bolt, and yeah, you meant to disconnect the battery and then wait 10 minutes. Get all the capacitors discharged. Undo the two nuts. Now, once you undo them a bit, remove that. And you lift this out. And then you reveal with the battery. Just a negative needs undoing. You do not need to touch the positive, just a negative. And once you've undone that, you disconnect. Then you're just going to wait 10 minutes for the capacitor to discharge. Right guys, so to take this airbag out, there's 2 Torx 30 screws in the corners. Golly, that's tight. I think I'm going to have to turn the steering wheel 90 degrees, which I didn't really want to do. Need to stick the key in the ignition to do that. Nothing's actually going to come on. Just to be able to see the screw. It's tight. I don't know how I thought it. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of pause until I've undone the 2 Torx 30 screws. Right guys. Took me a bit of figuring. It's really well tight. I've got it centered again. Then you just loosen them up. They won't actually come out. It loosens the airbag that side. Now you want to undo the Torx. I've cracked them loose now. This one's not so easy to get to. There we go. Now once that's loose, the bag... No, I haven't got it loose enough. Now it should. No, it's not out. I think that's as loose as it goes. This one's resisting coming out. I'm pretty sure I've loosened that. Here we go. Now we're out. So now I'm going to push this back a little bit. That's to deal with disconnection of airbag. First thing we're going to disconnect is the radio controls. And then these are the airbag connectors right here to the clock string. There's one, you can't mix them up. And there's an airbag. One safety tip when working with airbags, always place it facing up in case it deploys. but obviously I've had the battery disconnected for more than 10 minutes, so this ain't going to deploy. I'm just going to put this in a safe spot. Right guys, I've already cracked the 18mm bolt loose. I've had Grenade hold the steering wheel to get it loose, and now I'm going to just loosen it off now. I think actually that writing indicates this isn't the original wheel to this car. This indicates something. There's blue thread lock in this. So now, make sure we centralise the wheel. Now what I'm going to do is grab my S60 wheel. You push this on as a minute I take this one off. Just push all the wiring through. Just not spin the clock spring, just going to spin a little bit. A bit of soft centre anyway. There you go, that's about it. Here's our new wheel. Let's take the airbag out for the sec. And just push the wires back through. Yeah, the audio's. There we go, I think that's about it. Well, we're on. I don't know, maybe move it off a spline. No, that's it. That's it. We're on. There we go. Now I'm going to go and grab some thread lock and I'll be back. Just put some medium strength thread lock on that, and then we're just going to insert the steering wheel back in. Steering wheel bolt back in. I just discovered they need to go through this sort of rubber piece there, the airbag connectors. Now we're just going to bottom it out. It's not hit the mic. Jam my legs a little bit. I'll grab a torque wrench and I'll torque that up to spec. I'm just going to go and grab a torque wrench. Right guys, the torque spec for the centre bolt is 30 Newton meters of torque. Not going to rely on it. Here we go, that's about it. It's tight enough. I think I've overdid it, that's not too bad. So now that's torqued. Now you can connect your steering wheel control. They connect up here in this wheel. Don't connect, they're not part of the airbag. Now the airbag, the bomb known as, remember rightly, they connect up this way. No, that way. Get it right someday. And they do go the other way. So the steering wheel goes upside down. Match the colours like this. There we go. Same for the green. And then there we go. And you push it. We're connected. Now, to make sure, in case there's issues with this, don't be in the car when you connect the battery back up. And then when you switch on the ignition, do it armed out the car. Do not be in the car when you first turn this on, in case this goes off. So anyway, it's time to go and connect the battery. It's a 10mm. There we go. Then we're going to hook the battery up. I just put this back in temporarily. Now for the reveal. Well, no bag deployment I can see. Do not need to over tighten that, that's tight enough. So now I'm just going to pause for the sec. Right guys, now I've just checked the steering wheel, seems to be working okay, so now let's put the battery cover back in. And then the actual so yeah, so yeah, and I'm just going to grab the 13 and snug it. I should have come out the 13. Let's grab it that quick. Now I'm just going to snug up the bolt. Now you got that hooked. I'm gonna hook everything else in. Yeah, I'm just gonna prop the floor back in. There's the floor and times later I got in it. There we go. That's that back in. And there we go. Job done. Right guys, on fitting the steering wheel, I suddenly discovered that the where have I put the switch? The cruise button was not working. Where did I put the switch? Bank, I could show you. Here it is. This is a cruise button. He's pressing it, nothing was happening. So I've dismantled it, taken the circuit board out. I'm up here on the cruise button itself was a cracked solder joint. I've read about it being a common issue on this, so I took it apart and that's the issue. So, well, I'm now going to reassemble that, but I thought I'd quickly put this in the video. Anyway, now I'm going to pause. Right guys, been running the steering wheel a couple of weeks now. So far, impressions are the cruise control's now working. Just going to fire this up anyway. Ignore the knocking drive shaft. Like cruise, give it a bit of a press for it to work. It all functions. Audio system controls work. Horn, well, I'm not actually going to press it because I'm at my aunt's. I'm not going to press it because there's animals about. So anyway, impressions are steering's a bit heavier to turn, but not too big because it is a slightly smaller steering wheel. But anyway, that sums the steering wheel, and now I'm going to pause and go off and end off this video. Right guys, we're going to end off this video, and this steering wheel is working out really well. Things I've definitely noticed of this steering wheel, you get better visibility of the dials, though it's not as thick as the 4-spoke steering, probably because it's not a sport steering wheel. It's not as much to grip on. And, well, I'm definitely going to say it this way. I don't think the cruise control button's as good on this steering wheel as the previous wheel. Though it does look smart. Yes, I'll probably be keeping it for the time being. It is, well, it does give you a more of a sporty look than the 4-spoke wheel does. It does look slightly more modern. It doesn't look out of place. But anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, as that helps YouTube recommend my content. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content like this. Share this video with your family and your friends, and have a nice day.